Hi everyone, welcome to the Science 522 Machine Learning 2, and our section is section 800. This video is for the spring 2021, and I'm your instructor, and hopefully you still remember my face, right? And okay, and this is my email, and this is my office. Okay, well, I'm recording this video to go through some of the general rules about this course. Okay, and then let's start from the office hours. My office hours will be Mondays and Thursdays, 1 to 2 p.m. And if this time doesn't work for you, or you prefer to schedule a one-on-one time, and then you don't have to worry that someone jump into the office hour, and then shoot me email, and then let's try to schedule a one-on-one time. Okay, and then uh, and my regular office hours will be both online and in person. So I will be sitting in this room and with my door open. And if you are not quite comfortable with seeing me face to face, and that's okay, and you can join me on the Zoom. Okay, and after the last day of the class, and then my office hours will be by appointment only. And the next thing, the class location and time. Online classes, and we have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and online classes, and all the classes are asynchronous. But I still want to put a time there at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. And this means, from Monday to Thursday, and I promise you by 11 a.m. and then my lecture videos will be online. Okay, and there will also be 3 in-person talks on 3 Fridays, and for those 3 Fridays, and then I will go to the data science classroom at Friday Annex, also at 11 a.m. Okay, so I just want to remind you that probably you want to block a a time on your calendar every day to remind you that either there will be online lecture videos available online, or there will be a in-person talk. And for me, I'm blocking all the time blocks from 11 to 12. Okay, and this is a hyperlink for the playlist of the course videos. So, and you can simply bookmark this playlist. So, and every day, and or in most of the days, and you will see I add new videos to this playlist, and the required text and material. And this is a leather book, and probably Dr. Mark called this leather book too. And I have an old version. I don't really have a new version of this book. And if you have the new versions, that's better. But if you're using the older version, I don't see any problem. Okay, and then this is hands-on machine learning, hands-on machine learning. And the second book, this is another cool book I enjoy reading. And you can see this is a small book, and I call this scrapbook, and this is practical statistics for data science, and it covers 50 essential concepts. And by the way, if you see this version, and this is the old version, and the problem with the old version is this book only provides code in R. And if you have a new version, and the new version of this book provides the code for both R and Python. Okay, and other than those two required books, and then I also have some additional recommended books for you. And the first one is this one, Python Machine Learning, and this is more like a real textbook. Okay, so if you see the first 2 books, and they you may find that sometimes they are like technical menus. They don't feel like a real textbook. And for this one, if you want to have a taste of real data science or machine learning textbook, and this one is a good choice. And another one is this one. Okay, and machine learning with Python cookbook. And this book is really different because it doesn't organize all the content topic after topic. It will show you a problem, and then tell you how to attack a problem. So this book is really organized in the way of solving problems. Okay, and there's another book, and for this book, I don't have that in my office. I believe this is I have this book at home, and this is a purple lizard book. And for that book, and my favorite chapter is the chapter about NLP. And if you are doing NLP, or if you're considering doing an NLP project for this course project, and then that book is another very good reference. Okay, and then for our learning management system, and they're using the Canvas, and all the homework and all the uh, um, final exam will be submitted to Canvas, and then I'm also using the gradebook there. So you can, when you have a work submitted, and later, and I will grade that, and you can see your grades, and you can also see my comments. Okay, and then we have for the final exam, we have one take-home final exam, and the exam will be posted on April the 28th, and then you will have 7 days to work on that. And for the final exam, you can submit in pairs. However, each of you should work on all the problems. Well, even though I allow you to work in pairs, it doesn't mean that I encourage you to say, okay, person A works on question 1, 2, and then person B works on the questions 3 and 4. It shouldn't be this way. It's really you guys should work on all the questions, and then you can bring your solutions together. You can check each other's solution, and then you can submit one polished solution that both of you agree on. Okay, and then if you are passing this course but something happened and you cannot take the final exam, let me know before the final exam, and then probably I can give you an I, and this I is for incomplete. If you simply didn't show up in the final exam, and then you are radio silent, and then I will give you a 0 on your final exam, and that's not good. Okay, and then for the coursework, there are 3 major parts, and the number 1 is the assignment, and we have a total of 5 assignments, and usually I will post an assignment on Thursday or Friday, and they will due on Monday, the next Monday. Okay, and you can work in pairs too. Okay, and if you work in pairs on an assignment, and only one of you need to submit, and remember, all the submissions will be done on Canvas system. Okay, and we will also have a course project, and for the course project, this is a team project, and each team should have no more than 3 members. If you for this project, I highly recommend you to form a team. I know some of you guys are really strong student, and you may feel, okay, I'm strong, I don't want to carry other people. Let me just do a solo project. But in this course project, I highly encourage you to work in groups. Okay, and then you want to discuss with your team members and propose your project by March 16th. And then I'm gonna review all your proposals, and then if I see more things should be done on this project, I will suggest more tasks for your team. Or if I find that this project is way too easy, and then I may simply reject your proposal too. Okay, and later there will be another video talking about some of the sample proposals. Okay, and then and here's another requirement: you need to work with at least one new teammate you have not worked together in other Python courses or pre-practicums. Okay, well, I'm putting this rule to encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone, and then work with a person you know but you have never worked with. And the reason is, when you go to industry, a lot of times you cannot choose who you are working with, and you should be ready to work with different person. Okay, even though for some of the person you may find, I don't really want to work with this person, but well, if this a task is assigned to you, you don't have a choice. Okay, and you cannot reuse a project you have already worked for assistantship or internship or course projects in other courses. Okay, and this rule says then you cannot double dip. And if you have already claimed your credit on a project somewhere else, you cannot use that project for this course. Okay, and you should submit your files to Canvas, and eventually at the end, and you will do a technical presentation, and this technical presentation is required as part of your course project, and the presentation will be on April 26 to 28, and each presentation should be between 20 to 25 minutes, and each team should be prepared to answer questions online as well. Okay, and eventually we have a take-home final, and the take-home final is 30% of your course score. Okay, and remember, for the final exam you can work in pairs. Okay, and this is how the final letters will be assigned. And remember, this is a graduate level course, so if you get anything lower than C, and you are gonna receive an F. Okay, and let's move on. For the additional course policies and attendance, I cannot really require you to attend my class, because most of the classes are asynchronous online, and even though we have a few face-to-face talks, if well, I do not require attendance either, because if you feel you are sick, or if you are worrying that someone else in this classroom is sick, and then you don't want to come, that's fine. Okay, and then for each of you, you will have receive one late submission allowance, and later I'm going to create an assignment, and then I'm going to assign a score to be 1, and that will be your late submission allowance, and I'm tracking that on the Canvas system. And if you are submitting late, and then you are submitting late for your team, this means not just you are late, the entire team is late. So I'm going to take the late submission allowance not just from you, but from all the team members of your team. Okay, and then for the makeup exam, well, I don't usually offer a makeup exam unless and there are some extreme conditions and keep you away from the campus, you cannot do the work, and then you may have to show me some of the proof before I can give you a makeup exam. Okay, and academic integrity, that's very important. Academic integrity is a super important thing, and especially I've seen a report from the provost saying since the pandemic, and we are having a even bigger trouble, and the cases of plagiarism and cheating, the number was more than doubled, so it was scary. And well, and the general rule, or the rule of thumb, is you shouldn't grab some other's work and claim it is your own work unless you are a same team and you are submitting together. Okay, and for the help of debugging from the instructor, and I'm happy to work with you on the debuggings, and especially if you are not that experienced with debugging, and then you may need my help, and feel free to come to my office hours or schedule a one-on-one time. But debugging is a very important technical skill that you also want to develop in this class, because well, once you go to the industry, and then you will have this too, and then well, don't assume that the industry people, they are very good coders. They are not. Well, some of them, I should say most of them, they also do Stack Overflow every day. Okay, so you do want to use the available tools and the resources to help you figure out how to debug your code. And this is a technical skill you want to develop too. Okay, and number six, I have struck through that because, I am not worrying about using cell phones in class in this semester. Okay, and then for the assignment and the exam, well, all the assignments and the exam should be your own work or the work from you and your teammate if you are submitting together. Okay, and then this bus is subject to changes with a reasonable notice. And for example, say 2 weeks later, and all of a sudden I announce that, hey class, after the second dose of the COVID vaccine, I'm very sick, so I have to change my teaching plan a little bit. This is possible. Why? Because when after I received the first dose of my Pfizer COVID vaccine, and I feel terrible for the next 24 hours. So I'm a little bit worried about my second dose, but I will take that. Okay, and then for the programming language and libraries, and we are going to do Python. And remember, we are doing Python 3. Okay, and then other than that, and we are going to do scikit-learn, pandas, numpy, matplotlib, and then seaborn and some other packages. Okay, and then most of the codings will be done on the Jupyter Hub on the Dive server. Okay, and the next section, the student learning outcome. This is a student learning outcome I wrote by myself, and I indeed put some effort in this because I do want to walk you through the student learning outcome, and this is my expectation from you when I design this course. So the number first thing, and a student demonstrate the understanding of the different machine learning algorithms. Okay, and in this class, I'm gonna give you a bunch of the tools. I'm gonna give you a I'm going to enrich your toolbox, and then you have to understand all those machine learning models. And the number two, and student demonstrate the ability to select machine learning models based on the different data sets and the requirements. And after you have a toolbox of machine learning algorithms, and the next question will be, when you see a problem, and how do you decide which algorithm are you gonna use? Okay, so and it really depends on several issues. And number one, what is the goal? Is that for classification or prediction or for feature extraction, etc.? So based on the task, and then you want to use the different tools. And the number two, it also depends on what kind of data do you have. Do you have a data set of numerical features, or you have a data set of many categorical features? And then for all those things, and they may impact how what are the possible tools or what are the possible algorithms you are able to choose from. Okay, and number three, students demonstrate the understanding of the advantage and disadvantage of different machine learning algorithms. This is very important because when you are using a machine learning model or machine learning algorithm, you need to understand that there's no perfect machine learning model, or there's no such a silver bullet machine learning model that you just plug it in and then you got a perfect result. It doesn't work this way. When you are using a machine learning algorithm, and you should understand that it's based on the design of this machine learning algorithm, or based on the assumptions of this machine learning algorithm, and there are some advantages and disadvantages. And for some cases, and when you use a machine learning algorithm, and then people may really question why this machine learning algorithm is even correct or suitable for this scenario. And then if you are facing these kind of challenges, and you need to be able to explain why this machine learning algorithm is one of a reasonable choice. Okay, and then the number four, student demonstrates the ability to tune machine learning models. Okay, and for some of the machine learning algorithms, and it's not really a plug and play thing. And for say SVM, for example, and you have to tune a couple of the parameters before you can have the best SVM model for a specific task. So instead of just plug and play, and then you have to explain how you can tune this machine learning model so that it can give you the optimized performance. Okay, and the number five, student demonstrates the program development techniques to develop a pipeline. Okay, and then now we are talking about the pipeline. And even though for this class we focus more on the machine learning part, which is the heart of a machine learning pipeline. However, we still can start from the data collection or data cleaning. Okay, and it's still data collection and data preparation. This part will take you really a lot of time, and you need to demonstrate that you are able to start from the very beginning of the pipeline, do the preparation and do the data cleaning, and then you move on and try to do some exploratory data analysis, which is, even though you haven't done any serious analysis yet, you want to just do some exploratory data analysis to get some idea on what is this data look like, and is this data set clean enough, or is this data set easy enough to do the prediction or classification, etc. And then you move on and you want to select the right model for a specific task. And then model tuning, and not all the machine learning models are plug and play, so you have to tune your models, and eventually you should be able to present your result. Okay, and the last part, student demonstrates soft skills to identify a project of interest and collaborate with others, and then present the project and interact with audience. So, well, this is really the goal for me to design the course project. So you need to propose a project you are interested in, not a project that I think is cool. Well, you want to propose something that you want to work on, and then especially if if this turned out to be a success, and then you should, well, be really proud of your project. Okay, and academic integrity. Well, here are some of the things that I allow you to do. For example, you can share your class notes, and you can discuss with each other on the content covered in class. And if one of your classmates is struggling with the debugging, and then you can offer some help, but you cannot read your solutions line by line, and you cannot send your solution as a file to another classmate, and those are things you shouldn't do. Okay, and then, well, the honor code, and any of the honor code violation will be reported. And the rule of UNCW is, if me as a teacher or as an instructor, I see a suspected case of plagiarism or cheating or any violation of the honor code, and then I have to report that to the dean of the student office. And I don't have to be a detective, and I don't want to be a judge. I simply need to report whenever I see a suspected case. Okay, and anyhow, this is not a fun process. And if you have done something risky, and then I see that, and the next time we see each other is probably at the deans of the student office, and this is not something cool. Okay. Well, the next thing, the copyright, and this is a new section that my department require all the professors to add to our syllabus. And the reason is, starting from the COVID, and then a lot of the exams are online, and then there are some smart students, and then they figure out a way that they can post the exam questions online, and then they can pay some professionals to work on the exam papers or assignments for them. And then we have seen this kind of cases, and I have dealt with this kind of cases before. So well, we put a rule that all the class notes and lecture, the slides and recordings and the handouts or the exam questions, homework questions, they are the copyright belong to UNC Wilmington. Okay, and then you cannot put those content in a public available place. Okay, and the next part, special needs. If you have a letter for special accommodation, and then you can send it to me, or there's a special system that you can this system can deliver a message to me, and then after I have received this kind of special accommodation letter, and then we can talk and we can figure out a way to help you finish all the exams or timed exercises. Okay, so that's it for this video, and we talk about the introduction of this course and my expectations and why I design different components of this course in this way. Okay, and the next video we will continue the introduction to this course, and we will talk about the course schedule. Okay, I will see you in the next video.